What's up, guys and gals? Red Icing back again to talk briefly about Persona 5. Thanks to the realtor calling me this morning and canceling the viewing, I now have some time to make a video. First, I forgot to mention in the last video that Deep Silver, good company, will be helping Atlus and Persona Studios in getting the game to European players. Good on them, and after they are done helping with this, I hope they make another Saints Row game. I just hope that it's more like 2 and 3 and not like 4 and Get Out of Hell. Anyways, today we will talk about the main villain's plan and how it ties to the plot to take out not the Phantom Thieves, but the main character, because it all hinges around him. Yesterday I posted a video and some of you were curious as why someone would want to take out the principal of the school the MC attends. Well, after thinking on it, some seemingly obvious things came up. As to the identity of the Wrath Boss, I still think the woman abuser is skeptical. I was just voicing a theory my friend came up with, and honestly, it was our biggest lead at that point, and I liked it. Remember that this video is a theory video, and not everything I say is concrete evidence. There's a lot of speculation, and some things might not be true in the endgame, but that's why this game is so mysterious. If I make mistakes or miss something, be sure to comment on it and I'll put a correction in the annotations. Some of the things I say could be considered spoilers, so if you want to avoid even the mildest ones based on speculation and are totally questionable, avoid this video. Also, be sure to check the date posted because I'm kind of tired of those comments that are kind of hurtful and saying, hey, it's this, you idiot, but the information that proved that was actually like months after I posted that video. Anyways, let's just get into the main villain's plan and how it fits into the plot. While thinking about the reasoning of targeting the principal, it linked up with another theory. I was glad some of you noticed it in the last video as well. Well, the plan for the main villain, at least the main human villain, is not to kill the main character, but to ruin his life and make him break his probation. I will explain why, so please follow along with me here and be patient, because some of it does sound crackpot, and I know that. I'm putting a warning here. Why target the principal? Some of you asked. Well, if the principal is out of the picture, who would run the school? From trailers and article information, we learn that the coach from the Lust Dungeon considers himself the king of the school, and the school his castle, which is why it takes that form for the first full dungeon. From audio and article information, we hear the coach say, I can expel you if I want, or something along those lines since I'm paraphrasing. The reason why the coach would expel the main character is from this scene, which we suspect that the coach came on to Anne, she didn't want it, MC and Ryuji was there, they stopped him, gives him a reason to hate the MC and Ryuji, tries to expel them. That way, this disgusting scenario could happen without any opposition from anyone else. And it would continue to fruition, which I do not want to think about. The only obstacle in the coach doing that is the principal. Regular teachers, even the pompous bullying type, cannot expel students. It is the principal who decides such matters and signs the paperwork. With the principal out of commission and the other school employees too meek to contest the gym coach's actions, and with no apparent vice principal, the MC could be expelled, leading to a break in his probation guidelines and leading to jail time. This is why the Velvet Room is a jail, and that is why the countdown during the first dungeon is days left until expulsion. May be a stretch, but it makes sense if you think about it enough. And you can build off of this if you want. Not only that, but the other bosses make sense as well. Kinjio, the fly boss, is trying to blackmail somebody with a picture. From the recent livestream, it seems that Sei is a legal advocate of the main character. We can also relate Sei to the boss since it is Mikoto's entry dungeon and she has some familial relationship to Sei. If Kinjio did release the photo, Sei would be fired and the MC would be transferred to some other legal advocate who would be more willing to say the protagonist broke his probation. Then we move on to the Sphinx boss, who we know from trailer evidence during the Pyramid Dungeon is a programmer and possibly a hacker. This gives her many avenues to hurt the MC, releasing info about how he is a thief, falsifying documents to incriminate him, and/or getting him evicted from his probationary home, since Futaba is related to this dungeon heavily. All of these can lead to the protagonist's downfall. This means that the other Phantom Thieves getting involved was just a coincidence, as the enemies sent to carry out the main villain's plan, whether intentional or not, knowing of the main villain's plan, are involved with each teammate. I am still trying to nail down why Madarame is aligned with impeachment, and also why Okamura, Haru's father, is involved in this. Maybe Madarame is using his fame to unduly impeach an official that strives for easier probationary requirements that would lessen the protagonist's problems. Maybe the main character has to be gainfully employed at one point with a certain business that is certified within probationary guidelines, and Okamura is planning to replace all minimum wage employees with robots, or is about to cease giving funding to a certain program that would negatively affect the main character. Very crackpot, I know. I'm working off of just speculation here, and I'm excited because I love doing this. And I don't want you to take this as concrete evidence, because there is still a chance that some of these bosses doesn't fit the trend in this video, but it is a cool theory to think about. One last thing, if this theory is in any way true, or just mildly true, or parts of it are, then it would be a great way to change up the plot from the last two games, especially with the importance of the protagonist. Persona 3's main task was to prevent chaos and the end of the world. Persona 4's plot was to protect people from an unknown murderer stalking the streets of the town and stop the destruction of the world. The issues facing the main characters of those games were not the center of importance at the start, and it seems that the opposite is true for Persona 5. From the get-go, it is all about the protagonist and the strife he has to go through and prevent to save his own ass while saving others in the process. About how the main character has to face extraordinary obstacles from the get-go. And I know some of you are doing a slow clap and saying, "Congratulations. You just described every game ever." All I am pointing out the difference in context between this game and past games, and the importance that could go into future theories for any of y'all out there. Not only that, but throughout all of the trailers we've seen, do you want emancipation? Do you want to break these chains? Well, the only way the main character can actually break those chains is to finish his probation. And if he doesn't do that, he's doomed to go to jail. This is why when we go to the Velvet Room, Igor says, "Welcome to your rehabilitation," which is huge because you got to think, he is practically your probation officer, and by keeping up with your probation, you save the world. It fits both sides. Well, that's the end of this video, and I hope you liked it. Things are starting to come together with all this stuff being released, but I hope they don't come fully out with all the information, as it would be impossible to avoid spoilers. As always, if I missed something or made a mistake, please comment down below and I will put a correction in the annotations. Any theories or general Persona comments are also appreciated, and if you want me to reply to them, start off your comment with red and I will get back to you. Also, thanks for all the skepticism about the video I posted yesterday. That's the whole point of this series, just to have fun with fandom. And your skepticism makes me think more analytically and find out other details. Again, I cannot think of a closer. So, goodbye.